Hey, what's going on everyone, and welcome back to another episode on the RC Retro channel. Unless you've been living under a rock for the past few weeks, you all know that pretty much the entire world's on lockdown and we are in quarantine. And I've been seeing a lot of people online on the Facebook groups and on Instagram getting very creative when it comes to RC. Creating a lot of tracks in their backyards or ramps to jump their cars from. And I too have been a little bit on the bored side. I can't say I've been doing RC any more than I have been doing in the past. I do have other things that I have to do during the day. But nonetheless, I had some free time this weekend and I wanted to create another ramp. Now, if you follow my channel and you are familiar with some of my videos, you know that when I'm on the ball field, I have this black ramp. It's called a land wave ramp. It's two heavy-duty plastic ramps that interlock, and it's about 5 feet wide. But in reality, while it's a very cool ramp, it's actually kind of heavy and hard to transport. So I wanted to build something that was a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller, but at the same time will give my cars the ability to get the same distance and height. So I decided, with the spare lumber I have laying around, to build my own ramp out of plywood. So this really isn't a tutorial video about how to build a ramp. I'm just giving you a quick overview. If you're really interested in building your own ramp, I would say go onto YouTube and type in BMX kicker ramp. And for a while I was trying to find how to build a ramp, an RC car ramp, online, and only a couple would come up. But the moment I typed in BMX ramp or BMX kicker ramp, tons came up. A lot of very helpful tutorials that'll kind of point you in the right direction of how to build a very good ramp for your RC car. So stick around to the end of my video, because when I'm done building the ramp, which is not going to take very long, I have about a minute to a minute and a half of cool slow motion video of my king cab jumping off of it. So enjoy the video, thank you so much, subscribe, and thank you for your support. So the first thing I did was just map out my dimensions: 10 inches high, 3 feet long. I put a nail in both spots, so this way I can use a piece of wood molding, which is bendable, and just trace out my ramp. I wanted to have a slight curve, and it was very easy to hold it in place using these nails like this. So to give it a little extra support, I measured out 5 inches past the ramp, and I'm going to connect it with a diagonal line from the top of the ramp at the 10-inch point height down to where I'm measuring out 5 inches. So I already cut out one side and I just clamped it into place, and I'm tracing it just to make a template, and then I'm gonna take it off and cut out the second side. And then it's time to cut out the support beams. I know my workbench or my workstation right here isn't the best, but hey, you gotta work with what you got. I already pre-drilled holes in the sides of the ramp to act as guides for the screws, so they'll go in nice and easy. Now I only put down 4 support beams because I'm only launching RC cars off of here. If this was like a bicycle or a BMX bike, I'd probably put 1 or 2 more just to give it a little extra support, and maybe even use thicker wood as braces going across. But for all intents and purposes, this is only going to be used for RC cars. So here I'm putting in some shims because the plywood doesn't necessarily lay 100% flat on some of the support beams, so I just used some shims just to fill in the gaps, and I ran a screw right through it. Then give it a thumbs up, and if you're into RC, please consider subscribing to my channel to check out some of my other vintage RC content.